Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being with us today. I have the pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Park, and I'm so excited to be with you today, and we're gonna learn so much to be success in life. So I really congratulate you this afternoon to take your time, your effort, and everything to be with us today. So we're going to learn so much. That way we can achieve our dreams. So with us, Mr. Park.
Thank you so very much. First of all, did she do a phenomenal job? Everybody give her a big round of applause. What? Oh, see, why you have to go do it like that? He brought it back to the A. Me and Dennis go way back. But definitely want to thank everybody for being here. Can everybody hear me okay? Don't need a mic? Okay. And for translation, if you need the headsets, Pahola's translating. Can you guys hear that okay? All right, perfect. So before I get, and can everybody hear online okay?
Yes.
All right, excellent, excellent. All cylinders seem to be firing A-okay. It's a lot of technology going on here. So before I get started, I want to kind of just share a little bit about myself and what got me to this stage in life. Is that okay with everybody? And if you're here in the room or if you're online, I would say carve out on your calendar about 4 or 5 hours right now. We'll take some breaks in between. No, I'm not talking about sharing my relate. For the whole train, about 4 or 5 hours. But I'm telling you, it will totally transform your life like it has done mine. Does that make sense with everybody? So I started from humble beginnings. I grew up in a little island in the Caribbean called Jamaica. Anybody ever heard of that island before? So my family migrated here when I was about 11 years old. And when I came to America, it was a very different experience for an 11-year-old kid growing up in beautiful island, people, community. When I first came here, I didn't know what rejection was. My father, police officer, high ranking, mother got good accounting firm, living nice, comfortable middle class life in Jamaica. But when I came to America, I got rejected. And I developed low self-esteem at a very young age. And then when I started in the school system, they had all these little tests. And when they did all the little tests, they came back and said, oh, well, Mom, we got to sit down. We got to talk. He's ADD. He's dyslexic. He's got a learning disability. And he can't read and write. So my mom's looking like, what you been doing in school all those years? And I'm looking like, I didn't know I had all those problems. And when I graduated high school, the one reason I only graduated high school was my younger sister, which while I was a senior, she was in ninth grade. She wrote all my papers for me, all my homework she did for me. That's the only reason why I graduated high school. And I ended up becoming a mechanic and working in a tire shop. And at 18 years old, I ran into a gentleman that introduced this concept of network marketing, home-based business, direct sales to me. And I said, that sounds pretty cool. And his question he asked me, he was like, well, what do you really want to be in life? I said, man, one day if I could own like a mechanic shop, that'd be nice. So he was like, okay, well, let's sit down and talk. Lo and behold, I didn't know I was going to a business opportunity meeting. So here I come in, I have on my mechanic uniform. I walk in, everybody's got on suit and ties and they're all dressed up. And I'm looking like steel toe boots, blue pants, blue collar uniform, smelling like grease. And I come in, I sit down and the guy's in front of the room. He's talking. I didn't hear nothing. He said, anybody ever been to a presentation? You just didn't hear nothing. Literally, you're there for an hour and you didn't hear nothing. But at the end, he played a video of where himself, his family, and other leaders were. And they were on this private island called Peter Island. And they were picked up by helicopters from the airport and they flew in on a private jet. I said, I didn't see this at the mechanic shop. And they took him to the private island. When they got off, the people had their bags. They were like, oh, where's my bag? Oh, it's already in your room. And when they got to the room, all the clothing was already put in the drawers. The bed was made up. And then they got a knock on the door. All this is on the video. The lady came to, oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Welcome. Said, if you need anything, I'm here for you 24 hours a day. The whole time you're here. And he said, 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, just call me. I'll be here. Anything you need. And they was riding jet skis. They were on boat. And they were living there for a whole week. And that's the only thing I remembered. And I said, I've never seen a mechanic live like that before. Whatever this thing is, I want to do this. Who got when you got started in this business, you didn't really know what it all consists of, but you said, whatever they're doing, I just want to be a part of it. So that was my introduction to this industry. And for 6 years of doing this business, can anybody guess how much money I made in 6 years? Anybody give? If you know the answer, don't say it, because that means you've anybody that don't know the answer because you listened to me before, guess how much money I made in 6 years. Somebody take a guess. Go ahead, take a guess. Anyone, just throw a number out there. 6 million. Oh, wow, I love it. Awesome. That's a good guess. I'll take one more guess. Anybody else?
At least a couple hundred.
At least a couple hundred? Good guess.
200,000.
200,000. Good guess.
6 years, I'll say maybe 500,000.
Maybe 500,000. 6 years. So in 6 years, I made a whopping $119.
I'm so sorry.
119 US dollars. Let me be precise. In 6 years. Who would have quit that business? Yeah. Quit, right? For 6 years. And I spent over $20,000 on books, tapes, convention. 8,000 of that I charged on my baby sister's credit card. Oh, that's my road dog. Who would have kept going? Nah.